How would you feel if the person you loved the most in the world broke your heart, especially when you needed them the most? Amanda wondered as she sat on her couch, watching her kids play on the rug. The laughter of her youngest son reminded her of happier times, when love was simple and life was full of possibilities. But those days felt like they were long gone. Now, she felt a heavy weight in her chest, and the big decision she needed to make was weighing on her mind. Her phone buzzed on the table next to the sofa. Another message from Ladi. Hmm, she sighed, looking at the unread messages. The same desperate pleas, the same empty apologies. She ignored it, just like she had all week. Why now? She whispered to herself. Why is it suddenly so important to you? A few years ago, Amanda and Ladi fell in love, just like in a fairy tale. Amanda had just graduated from the university and was excited about her future. She dreamed of studying up to PhD level, traveling the world and making her parents proud. Ladi was charming and confident. He was a young businessman who always dressed sharply and had a beautiful smile. They met at a friend's wedding, where Ladi made Amanda laugh with his jokes and won her over with his warm smile. They danced together, sharing shy glances and quiet laughter. By the end of the night, he asked for her number, and she gave it to him with a blush. Their relationship blossomed quickly. Ladi was attentive and caring, always making Amanda feel special. She thought she had found a perfect match. A few months later, Amanda found out she was pregnant. She was scared but also hopeful. She loved Ladi, and she believed he loved her too. She thought this would bring them even closer. When she told Ladi the news, he hugged her and said, "This is a blessing. We'll figure it out together." Her parents were surprised, disappointed, but supportive. Her father, who adored her, arranged a meeting with Ladi's family to discuss wedding plans. At the meeting in her parents' compound, everything changed. When Amanda's father talked about the wedding, Ladi said calmly, "Sir, I don't want a court wedding." Everyone was stunned. "Young man, what do you mean you don't want a court wedding?" her father asked, trying to keep his cool. "It's important to make your marriage legal." "I don't think it's necessary, sir," Ladi replied. "The traditional marriage is enough." "But we need a court certificate to have a church wedding," Amanda said softly, her eyes filling with tears. "We don't need a church wedding," Ladi insisted. "The traditional ceremony is fine. We don't need to waste all that money on something that is not our tradition." Amanda's heart sank. She had always dreamed of a beautiful church wedding, wearing a white dress, walking down the aisle, and saying her vows in front of family and friends. She pleaded with Ladi to reconsider, but he wouldn't budge. Her parents tried to convince him, but he remained stubborn. "Marriage isn't about paperwork," he said dismissively. "It's about love." They all felt maybe it was because he was just a very traditional man. Despite her heartbreak, Amanda decided to go ahead with the traditional wedding. It was a simple ceremony. She felt empty inside. Her father was disappointed, but promised her, "If you won't protect your future, I will." After her son was born, Amanda's father helped her get back on her feet. She returned to school, balancing her studies with being a new mom. It was tough, but she was determined. Her father used his connections to help her get a job at a big international company. And soon, Amanda was climbing the corporate ladder. She and Ladi continued their lives together, but Amanda never truly forgave him. She asked him several times about legalizing their marriage, but he kept saying no. At some point, she felt maybe he had another family somewhere, but after her research, she found none. She kept all her accomplishments to herself: her house, her car, her savings, all in her name. She didn't even list him as her next of kin. Ladi seemed unaware of her resentment. To him, he was just being a man in his home and everything was fine. But Amanda's heart remained guarded. Years later, They had two more children, and Ladi's business started to struggle. Meanwhile, Amanda's career was on the rise. She was offered an amazing opportunity, a job abroad with her company. They would pay for her and her family to relocate. She was thrilled about the chance to start a new life. But there was a problem. If you are enjoying this story, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's continue. To get the visas, they needed a legal marriage certificate. Without it, Ladi couldn't go with them. When Amanda told Ladi, he said, "Well, let's just do the court wedding now then." Amanda felt a surge of anger. "Now?" she asked. "Why is it important now? Just so you can travel." "It's just paperwork, Amanda," he said. "We can get it done quickly." "Do you know how much it hurt me all those years when you refused?" Amanda replied. "You denied me the wedding of my dreams in my most vulnerable moment. I had to carry on with your plan as I was not prepared to be a single mother. I already brought shame to my family by getting pregnant out of wedlock. I was not about to make it worse by not getting married traditionally. My parents begged you to do right by us, but you disregarded them by doing what you wanted. Well, you didn't care about marriage then. Why should I care now?" Ladi's family tried to persuade Amanda. "He is your husband," his mother said. "You should support him, especially now that his businesses are not looking so good." She looked at her and said, "Mama, were you not there when I was begging him to let us legalize our marriage? Were you not the same person that said, 'Amanda, allow him, certificate is just a paper'? It did not exist in our time. Were you not the one that said there will be no need for it?" But Amanda's father stood by her. "You have the right to make your own decisions, girl," he told her. "Don't let anyone pressure you. I personally will be disappointed if you lose this opportunity because of him, but I will not tell you what to do or what not to do." Ladi begged her to change her mind. "Do it for the children," he pleaded. "They need their father too." Amanda thought long and hard. She remembered all the pain she had felt when Ladi refused to marry her legally, how much she begged him, and he still dismissed her because he was not ready to go back on his words. She even suggested a small white wedding then, to which he said no. She was prepared to do just the court wedding and wear her dream gown. He still said no to it. She decided, well, it was time for her to stand up for herself. As the moving day approached, Amanda made a decision. She told Ladi, "I'm taking the kids abroad. You are not able to come with us as we are not legally married, and a new marriage certificate will not be accepted even if I agree to legalize our marriage now." He looked shocked. "Please, Amanda," he said, "let's try and fix this." She shook her head. "You made your choice years ago, Ladi, not knowing where life would take us," she said firmly. "Now I'm making mine. I cannot let you take another dream from me." Ladi knew the children will have a better life abroad with their mother, and an even better life with him there. He thought about what his stubbornness had cost him. He could not say no to her taking the children, so he let them go, and hoped and prayed that one day she would forgive him and have a change of heart about him. On the day of the flight, Amanda stood at the airport with her children. As they boarded the plane, she felt a mix of sadness and hope. She was ready to start a new chapter, one where she could be true to herself. As the plane took off, she looked out of the window, the city lights fading below. For the first time in a long time, she felt free. This story teaches us our choices have consequences. Ego, pride, and stubbornness can hurt relationships, but self-respect and standing up for yourself are important. Amanda learned to value herself and not let others take her for granted. If you have enjoyed this story, please click the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for your support.